Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and this is the review for my game week 2 for my predictions in La Liga. The first week it was not really good for me. I made about like 10 or 11 points out of 30, so it was a really bad start to the season for me. So let's hope I get better in this in the game week 2, and my predictions are a lot closer and more accurate as compared to game 1. The point system is quite simple. That I would get 3 points if the entire prediction is correct. The winning team is correct and the score is correct also, but I will get only 2 points if the score is not right, but the result that I have predicted is correct. So based on that, we are going to see how many points I can make. We will calculate for this week, and then we'll add up for the last 2 weeks, so to see how many points I can get throughout the season in La Liga. So let's get right into it. The first game was Celta Vigo versus Valencia, and I went for a 2-1 Valencia win. Now Celta Vigo, in both weeks I went against them, and the first week I thought they would not win, and when they won, I was like quite surprised, to be very honest with you. And I thought they got a bit lucky in that game. That was my thinking. And the way Valencia played against Barcelona on match day 1, I expected them to have a very good game against Celta Vigo. And to be very honest, they started really good. They got the lead early on, but Celta Vigo, they were really good. I take my hats off. I take my hands. Like I apologize. It was my mistake. Like I did not really appreciate their effort, and like I underestimated them quite a lot. But they were really good, especially at home. So they the way they have played football in the first 2 games, like I am really impressed. I have them as one of the teams batting for relegation, so I think it is going to be very interesting the way that they have started. I think they might not be there, and my prediction for that could be wrong as well. But for if you're talking about this match, I was really impressed the way they are playing. You know, they were in complete control even after going down 1-0. It didn't really matter to them, and they fought back, and they got back into the game quite quickly. And then in the second half, again they had the ball throughout, like the possession. If you look at the second half possession, it was like almost 75 to 25% in Celta Vigo's favor. That's how good they were. Valencia, it has not been a really good start for them. 2 games, 2 defeats, so it is not really looking good for them. So let's hope game week 3 is better for them. Celta Vigo, on the other hand, a great start, and let's hope it continues for them. They are playing against Villarreal side. They are going away, so it is going to be an interesting game at that one on match day 3. In this prediction, of course, I don't get any points. What a perfect start for me again in La Liga. It's 0 point in this prediction because I predicted a 2-1 win for Valencia, and Celta Vigo won at 3-1, so 0 points for Mac. Moving on to the second game, it was a Sevilla versus a Villarreal, and I predicted a very close game. I said it was going to be close, and I thought that Villarreal would win. I said they would win 1-0 because as I said, I expected both the teams to go for it. To be very honest, I thought it would be a more cagey affair. I thought there would be not that many chances in this game, but I was proven wrong. It was quite an entertaining game, to be very honest with you. 2 offside goals, 1 for each teams, each side disallowed. So as a neutral, it was a really good game to watch, a fun game to watch, especially like because during the weekend there are so many games that are going on. So if you want to pick and choose which games to watch, or if you want to go back and watch a certain game, I think this Sevilla versus Villarreal game was one of them. Like it was a really fun game to watch, and Villarreal in the end, of course, they get the 3 points, and they get the win, their first win of the season. So congratulations for them. Sevilla, unfortunately, they've not won until now, so it has been a slow start for them. And I had predicted in my league prediction, and I had said in my previews as well, that Sevilla are going to have another tough season just like last year. People expect them to come back like they expect that they had a bad season last year and they expect them to come back in the top half very quickly. I don't see that. I think they are going to struggle again this season, and the way that they have started, it is showing that it is going to be a tough season for them. So yeah, as I said, I predicted a 1-0 win for Villarreal, but it was a 2-1. So my prediction was right, but the score was not right. So I opened my account for game week 2. I get 2 points courtesy of Villarreal's win. The next game, it was Osasuna versus Mallorca, and my prediction was a 1-1 draw, because the way that both teams had played till now, I felt that none of them had really performed that to the level that I thought they would be able to defeat one another. I expected a close game, and it was a very tough game. It was not like a goal fest sort of a game, but it was a very tough physical game. Both teams, it was basically like a chess game, both teams trying to cancel each other out. It was quite a fun game to watch, not just for the goals, but the way the game went on. There were enough chances created, but none of them were able to finish it. I think Osasuna deserved to win, especially in the second half. They were a bit better as compared to Mallorca, and they deservedly won the game, in my opinion. I'm like happy to take 0 points from this as well, but I really think that they deserve to win this game, and congratulations to them. They get the 3 points, and Mallorca, as I say, they were good. I would say the second half really cost them. I think they ran out of steam getting in the midfield, getting toe to toe with Osasuna. For the first half, it was like an even battle, but second half, it felt like they just basically gave up. And Osasuna, as I said, they deserve to win the game. I of course don't get any points in this game again. The next game was Barcelona versus Athletic Club, and I predicted a 2-1 win for Barcelona, and this is my first 100% prediction that has come true. Barcelona 1-2-1, and to be very honest with you, I think they should have won with a bigger margin in this game. They were really good in that game, especially, I mean, if you just look at Lewandowski, he hits the post twice, then gets a shot saved amazingly, and finally in the 75th minute he is able to get his goal. Lamine Yamal was the first one. A great goal again from him, coming in from the left hand side, avoids his marker, gets it in, shoots an amazing goal. That kid is a genius. Like, just now he's 17 years old. Amazing. And then Lewandowski, as I said, gets the second. Athletic did pull one back through Sanchez's penalty, but to be very honest, I don't think they deserved even that goal. They were not really on Barca's level that day. Barca, as I said, should have they deserve to win like a 3-4-0 that game. They were really good, and I think they are looking really good this season. And I think Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid also, both of them, I would take. I noticed this could turn out to be the same scenario like a season before, when everything went wrong for Barca and all that sort of stuff was happening, where they could not buy any new players, and Xavi came in and he won them the league. I think this could turn out to be a season like this, because nobody really expects Barcelona to win the game. Even the hardcore Barca fans don't really expect that much from this season. I in my prediction, I have put them at number 3, because I don't think their squad is good enough to compete with Real and Atletico at the same time. So, but the way that they have started, they are looking really good, and as I said, it could turn out to be a very surprising season and a very good season for Barcelona. Moving on to the next game, it was Espanyol versus Real Sociedad, and to be very honest with you, I thought that Real Sociedad would come out with a big response after that last week's shock defeat at home to Real Vallecano. I went with a comfortable 3-1 win for the away side, but credit to Espanyol, like they were really good. They frustrated Real Sociedad up until the last moments of the game. I mean, if not for Takico Kobo's brilliant effort, brilliant solo individual effort. I don't think Sociedad get the 3 points there. Sociedad have not had the start that they would have expected. They have not been able to create as much as they would have wanted. The way they are playing is not on the same level as it was last year. So you can say the season is starting, but it's now almost two games now, and they have played the preseason as well. So there are no, and there are no excuses for them, and especially if you are playing a club like Espanyol. No disrespect to Espanyol, but they have just been promoted to La Liga, and most of us expect them to go straight back down. And Sociedad are one of the teams qualifying, trying to qualify for the Champions League. They are at the top, one of the top teams in the league. So for them to go and play like that, they already lost to Rayo last week, and now to play like this against Espanyol, it is not been a good start for them. Espanyol, on the other hand, I mean, they were unlucky in my opinion. I really thought that they deserved a point out of that game, but as I said, Kobo's individual moment of brilliance comes in, and they lose. There's now 2 games and 2 defeats for Espanyol, and unfortunately it has not been the start they would have expected. But like most of us expected them to struggle in the season. As I said, everybody thinks that they are going to go straight back down. I included. I have put them on 20th position. So it is going to be a tough season for them. But in that game, I really think they deserved a point, and like the first point for them this year in La Liga. And then next it was Getafe versus Rayo Vallecano, and I went with a comfortable 3-0 win for Getafe, because I expected them to have a good game after their great draw against Bilbao last week. And I thought now they are at home and they are playing a side who is let's say in the lower sides of the table. They are not expected to have a good season in Rayo Vallecano, and Getafe, they are very tough to beat down even if they are playing away. So they were at home, so I expected them to get their first win of the season. And to be very honest, they dominated the entire game. They had the majority of the possession. They created a lot of chances, but the thing is, the chances they created were not really good. Like there was no clear-cut chances. They were no threatening enough. Not during even one time that when they were came to attack or they created chances, like the Rayo defense felt in a way threatened, or like they were in a danger of conceding. So like they were quite wasteful. They would create, but not something that could have been turned into a goal. So it was a bit dull from them. They had majority, but like majority of the possession, but they could not really do anything with them. And I would say credit to Rayo. They have had a good start. They had a great start on the first day, defeating Sociedad, and now going away to Getafe and getting that important point. They really frustrated them. You can say that Getafe were not able to create as much as they would have wanted, but you need to give credit to Rayo as well. They really frustrated them, and they made sure that Getafe were not getting that important final pass that they wanted to make, and they make sure that they get the point out of it, and they did. I said in my prediction as well that they are gonna struggle. Their game plan would be to frustrate Getafe, but I thought that they would not be able to. But unfortunately for me, but fortunately for them, they got it right. So again, no points for me in this game as well. I have lost the count of how many points I have, but of course you guys will see. But in my mind, I think I am doing at the moment. I'm doing really bad. I think I did not mention the Espanyol versus Real Sociedad. I think I get 2 points from that game, because I thought Sociedad would win, and then Getafe versus Vallecano, I don't get anything. So if my calculations are correct, I guess I'm on 7 points. It's not looking really good, is it? The next game was Real Madrid versus Valladolid, and I went with a 3-1, 3-0 victory for Real Madrid. They won a 3-0, but the thing is, in my prediction, I said that they are gonna dominate. I thought they are playing a well-solid side who have just been promoted to La Liga, and I thought it is going to be a very easy win for them. They were at their home as well, and like this was the perfect opportunity for Kylian Mbappe to get that goal, his first goal for Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu. But unfortunately, it did not happen. To be very honest, I said this in my match review as well after the game, that Real Madrid did not play really good. They really struggled against Valladolid, especially in that first half, even in the second half. But in that first half, they were really bad. They got the lead through a deflected free kick courtesy of Valverde. And then in the second half also, like Valladolid really frustrated them. They did not let them play the way that Real Madrid would have wanted, and like they were there. It was like the physicality of Valladolid really surprised Real Madrid, and like I'm surprised that Ancelotti did not think about this. The midfielder, their midfield was not really in the game for majority of the game, and I think that really affected them. Their front three, Mbappe had so many chances, he was not able to do. Vinicius again, like it was a bad performance for them. They get lucky, I think, Valladolid, because they had conceded. They needed to go and get the goal, so they leave out so many empty places at the defense. And of course, Madrid get that one chance from Brahim Diaz, and he gets it and he scores the second goal, and that was it. And then of course Andre comes in and he gets the third goal. He gets his debut goal at the Bernabeu. But to be very honest, this scoreline does not reflect the game. I don't think it was a fair result. I think Valladolid at least deserved a point out of this game, and if not a point, them losing at 3-0 was not really the right reflection of the game. 1-0 would have been okay in my opinion, because it was a very close game. And if Madrid really want to challenge for the title against Barca, they need to change, get their act together very quickly, because the way Barcelona are playing, it could turn out to be a very bad season for Barca. Not bad season, but it could turn out to be a very tough season. The title race could turn out to be very interesting. I said the same thing about Atleti last week as well, and I think I'm going to say the same thing about Atleti this week as well. If you look at the top three teams in La Liga, Barca have been the best one till now. They have played really well. They have used the players to their full advantage. They of course they are handicapped. They cannot go out and buy players, but they are doing really well with the players that they have. So I'm like, if I'm a Madrid fan, if I'm a Madrid star, I would be quite concerned, to be very honest with you, because it is not the way that you expected Madrid to start, especially at home against a Valladolid side. And when you have Mbappe, like everybody was ready for him to get the goal, but it has not happened. You can say that it is the start of the season. It is going to take time, but when you bring a player like Kylian Mbappe, you don't expect him to take time. You expect results instantly, and unfortunately it is not happening for him. But we'll see. As I said, the season has just started, just two games now, so we'll see how he progresses, how he plays as the season goes on, and how Madrid gel, and how they can all connect with each other. Because you need to it's not just about the footballing ability, it's the mental ability as well. There are too many egos, there are too many superstars in Madrid. It always has been there, but sometimes it can become a problem. So it's going to be very interesting how they all manage to get together themselves. Moving on, it was Leganés versus Las Palmas. I went with a 1-1 draw, and I thought it was going to be a very close game, and it was a close game, to be very honest with you. Both teams were really good, and I said the same thing about one other game. I think Villarreal versus Sevilla. I would say the same thing about Leganés versus Las Palmas. If you wanna go back and watch a game from this weekend of football, this is one of the games that you should go back and watch it, because it was a really good good. It was quite entertaining. A lot of chances were created. Both the defenses I don't think were particularly that good, but I think the attackers had a great day. They were not able to finish until Johan Kroos's amazing effort that basically changes the game, and it tilts the game towards Leganes's favor. And after conceding the goal, Las Palmas of course had to go and get that equalizer, and I think that, as I said, it tilted towards Leganes, and then it became sort of easy for them, because now they basically sat down and they just concentrated on counter attacking Las Palmas, who were throwing players and trying to get that equalizer, and then they go and they get the second goal, Leganes, and that basically was done. Las Palmas got one goal back, but it was quite late in the game, and I think it was a fair result. As I said, both teams really played very well. Las Palmas would be a bit disappointed losing that game, but as I said, the moment that goal goes in, and sometimes goals like that, you cannot do anything about them as a team, as a defense, because it was a spectacular goal, as I said, individual moment of brilliance, and that basically changed the momentum of the game. And of course, I don't get any points out of it because I predicted a draw. It is not looking really good for me. Let's hope it gets better. The next game is Alaves versus Real Betis. I went with a 2-all draw. It was a draw, so I get the 2 points. But I thought there would be goals, because I expect both of these teams play. They like to play attacking football, and I expect them to score the goals. And it was quite a fun game to watch. But the thing is, it was basically only Real Betis who went ahead and who played that attacking kind of football that I expected them to play. I don't know what is happening with Alaves this season. They are not really playing up to their potential, but Betis were really good, and if they had their shooting boots on, they would have won it easily 2 or 3-0. Like, they were really good. They dominated, especially in that second half. They had like what, 5 or 6 chances. Nabil Fekir, I don't know what was he doing. He could have easily grabbed a brace in that game, but they were unable to finish those chances. The Alaves players, they looked decimated throughout the game. Second half, like it was one-way traffic throughout the half. So if you're a Betis fan, if you're a Betis player, you would be really disappointed that you did not did not get the win in that game. Alaves, they need to get their act together very quickly. It is not looking really good for them. They have not played really good in the first 2 games, so they need to start getting better, because I'm making this video, and this is the match day 3 is going to start in like about 2 hours, and they are going to have a game again, and then again on Friday. So by the end of August, you're going to have 4 games done in La Liga. So the way they have started, if it continues like this, they could, after 4 games, they might only have like 1 or 2 points. It could be a very bad thing for them. So need to get up, get their minds into the game, because it's not looking really good for them. And the final game of the weekend was Atletico Madrid versus Girona, and I went with a 2-1 Atleti win. I thought it was going to be an interesting game because both of the teams were one of the 2 of the top teams last year. Girona had a spectacular season last year. Last week they did not really play that well. Atleti did not play well, but I expected a very good game out of these two teams. But unfortunately, it was nothing like that. It was quite a cagey affair. It could be that it was my 5th or 6th game of football that day, watching different leagues, but it was a very bad game of football. Let's be very honest with you. It was so boring, and it was the individual moment of brilliance from Griezmann and Llorente that gave Atleti the win, because otherwise it did not look like any of them were going to score a single goal in that game. Misplaced passes, there was like no there was no cohesiveness, there was no communication, and it's not just Atleti, it was the same with Girona. Like both teams were really bad. It was a flat game, and I did not expect that to happen, especially that it was their first home game of the season. You expect your players to, you know, be pumped up, especially after last week where they were not really good in that 1-1 draw. So I would expected like a good game out of both of these teams, but I was really disappointed in that game. And as I said, it was a moment of two individual moment of brilliances. Again, I mean, what the goalkeeper what the goalkeeper for Girona was doing, I have no idea. Why is he coming out of the box and trying to grab the ball? As I said, it was a weird game to watch. He makes that stupid error, and Atleti get the free kick, and then Griezmann, of course, he as I said, he instead of going above the ball, goes around it, and the goalkeeper cannot do anything. Atleti get the lead 1-0. We go into the second half, and then again it is Loriente drives the ball, takes the ball forward himself, beating his marker, wrestling with him, and then takes a long shot, and again the keeper gets beaten. Amazing effort from him, and 2-0. It was basically done and dusted by that point. Because even at 1-0 I thought nobody is gonna score again, because the way they were playing. And again Loriente, as I said, if he does not take that shot from long range, I don't think anybody scores again. And in the end they get another goal. It ended 3-0 to Atletico Madrid. But to be honest, it was a very boring game. I get the 2 points. I don't know how I got it, but I was not impressed. And I said the same thing about Real Madrid. I will say the same thing about Atletico Madrid. They are not looking really good. Their start of the season has not been that spectacular or something like for a team who wants to challenge for the title. They have had an amazing summer transfer window. I have said that it is like one of the best transfer windows in all of Europe. It certainly is in La Liga. I don't think any team has had a better transfer window in La Liga. And in my opinion, it could be our top 3 in Europe. The players that they have brought in, Gallagher, Solot, I forgot the defender, Lenore Mad. I'm like, you have such an amazing players that are coming in. There are a couple again. I missed their names, but the way they are playing, it is Alvarez, of course, the biggest one, the saga of the summer. So, but they are not playing really good. The transfers are there. Simeone needs to do something. Maybe it's the fact that so many players have come in at the club at the same time. That's why it's taking them time to gel together. But whatever it is not really looking good for Atleti, and they need to do something really good if they want to challenge for the title. So yeah, that is it for me in this video. This was my review. I think I made around 13 or I think 15 points. I'm not really sure with the map. If I get 13, if I get 15, I get that like 50% of it, of the points. Like that's better from last week. If I get 13 again, I get last time I guess I got 9 or 11. You would see the total for both the weeks. I will first put, of course, this week's, and then I'm gonna add both of them, and we'll see how many I get. It has been a bit better in my opinion. I'm really not sure, but we'll see after the video comes out, and after I make the video I will see how I will add them up, and we'll see how I do. I would love for you guys to play along with me. You can tell me how many points you have been able to do in the comment section below. I've already done the predictions for a match day 3 as well, so you can go and check that video out. I think it would come before this because of the games starting, as I said, the game they finish in Sunday, and by Monday the match day 3 has started already. So I think the video would already be out. I will put the link for that video in the description, so you can go and check out that prediction, that video, and you can comment on there and what your predictions are for the game. And then when the match day ends, you can check how many points were you able to make, and we'll see who gets the better who gets the most points by the end of the season. So yeah, that is it for me. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 300 subscribers before the September ends, so it's a good amount of time for us to finish our target, to achieve our target. So yeah, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.